Hey, this is your girl, Coach T, and I'm back at you with another dynamic episode. So, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, my name is Coach T. I am a relationship coach, an author, and a motivational speaker. Okay, so what this series is doing is we are going through chapter by chapter my book, me and my husband's book. And so, some nights hubby will be on with me, and sometimes he will not. Um, and also, I wanted to let y'all know too that y'all forgive us. I know that you know we haven't been as consistent as we should, and some of y'all are ready to get on with the book and to hear the rest of what's going on. So I do want to apologize about that, and I want to be more intentional about posting and everything. Okay, so let's get started. So the last time I did a video, it was called The Careless Stripper. Okay, that was the last chapter. This chapter is called The Heartless Stripper. So, um, y'all remember the last video, the last podcast, I had said that I had pulled up to a club after I broke up with my ex, and that's kind of how I got into the whole stripper thing, going to the clubs and just being there like that. Okay, so this was one of the other fellas that was out there. Okay, and I'm gonna make this kind of quick because I am tired. I don't want to be yawning on y'all and everything. But he, the girl. Okay, I met this chick at the strip club one night. Okay, my friend kind of stood me up or something came up, so she was there, or whatever. And we just got real cool. We were like kicking it buddies. Here I am, 18, 19 years old, hanging around with her. She was up in her 30s. She might have been a little older now, thinking back. Boy, she told a whole bunch of lies, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, she was in her 30s, okay, so she say. And here I am, like a teenager, don't really know much, but she was that going out partner. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like I thought it was a real friendship. We did some things that real friends do, but at the same time, that was more so like my clubbing buddy. Okay, and y'all don't confuse clubbing buddies with your real, friends, family, loved ones, because that could be kind of tricky. People will say anything to get to that next drink and that party life. That party life, it can pull you in too. You can get addicted to it as well. So I'm just saying, y'all make sure that y'all be careful about who y'all calling friends. So anyway, she's been going to the strip club since I was in like high school. Okay, so she had a lot of experience. Um, she had a lot of experience, and she slept around with a lot of them too, unfortunately, right? So this guy that one of the dancers in there, every woman wanted him in there. It was a lot of sexual chocolate going on, right? And so me and him started to talking and doing things or whatnot. So one day I just started bragging about how how we go out to eat, how we spend all this time, because it's kind of like if y'all can picture being with a celebrity. Okay, imagine your favorite celebrity. Everybody's gawking over. They're not accessible. They're well-to-do people. Imagine being with somebody like that. You're going out to eat. You're feeling like, I don't know, like a kid in the candy store. You feel like a little girl. Okay, or if you're a fellow watching, you feel like a little boy. You kind of curl up on the inside. You're like, wow, I'm with this person. So that's really how it felt. Remember, I was a sheltered teen. I was a sheltered kid. So being 18, it was just like a whole different world for me. So anyway, we start talking, and I tell her that we're going out to eat. We're doing this and that. And girl, I really think he loved me. This might work. So she's all like, yeah, right, girl. You ain't the only one. You ain't this, you ain't that. He's a player, all this, right? So I I was kind of hurt by it, thought she would be a little bit more happy, but she wasn't. So one day she tells me to take a pregnancy test. She was like, fool, he don't love you. She was like, look, take this pregnancy test. She was pregnant. So she said that she would pee on it. Okay. And she said, show him, tell him that you're pregnant. And she was like, see what he say. I bet you this, I bet you that. I bet you he ain't gonna want to fool with you no more and all this and that. So I'm like, because at first I was so confused. Like, how am I going to get a positive pregnancy test if I'm not pregnant? But yeah, it was her urine. But she had to really teach me because I was really green. And so one night at the club, I took the test to him, and I didn't say much. I just showed him, but I had some crazy acting skills at the time. And as soon as I show him, he goes, "What are you showing me this for?" And I said, "What do you think?" Now, mind you, this guy had 12 children already, okay, all over the USA. And I'm not joking. He really did, because, they travel, they tour, just like any other entertainer. So, he said something crazy. I sped off. I left, acted like I was mad. And we talked the next day or so, and he's telling me how to do it, how to get an abortion and all this and that. And so I'm acting really sad and distraught. And he told me, I said, well, it costs money to get that. You gonna help me to get the abortion? He was like, no, tell the other nigga to get it. Now, when he said to tell the other Negro to get it, what he was talking about was one of the other dancers, that I was with. And that's kind of the way how I found out that I was being talked about. Hey, you messing with this person and that person, and they in the same workspace, like it's only but so much you can hide, So anyway, it was always, that girl in the black dress, I got her. Let's see if I can get her. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just being honest with y'all. And so he told me to tell the other person to get it, and I was just like, I can't believe you, and just really laying it in thick on him. So we hung up, and I called him back. He thought that I was going to actually go and get the procedure done, because he was telling me a little bit about it, stuff I didn't know. So he probably didn't have this done before to somebody else. And when I call him, he's like, "Is it done? Is it done?" Just sounding like it's just some, I don't know, like a deal gone bad, Is it done? And I was like, yeah. I said it just like that, yeah. And he goes, okay, just lay down, relax, get your rest. That was the eye opener. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, ladies, don't come back around here talking about I did the test like you did to test this guy. Don't do that. You have to use your brain, okay? You have to do what's best for you. That is a dangerous game to play, okay? I was a teenager when I did that. Did not know any better. I was listening to somebody that was supposed to be like an elder, a big sister, to give sound advice. But that's dangerous. And I know some women that have taken it way too far, telling a guy that they're pregnant for a few months of gain, and then boom. So y'all, like, I wouldn't recommend you do that, because I don't want you to be on one of them crime shows because you done got. Okay? But that's what I did. And that's why I'm coming to y'all, telling y'all my business, telling you the stories, so that you won't have to go through this. Okay? Anyway, that put me in perspective as to who I was to him. That really put me in perspective. It hurt. It did hurt to know that I was nothing but another piece, When I was really falling for him, I was really liking the fact that we were going places together and being seen. Like, I was enjoying that. It's very young and naive, but I did. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Some of y'all thinking that, hey, I'm a woman and I'm young, or especially young girls, you might think that your body can change a man, um, can change his thought about you. You might think that, oh, I got this, I got him on lock, I got this, and don't do that. Okay, and for what you will do, there's a few women that can do the same thing that you can do. What you would do, there's somebody else that can do it. What you won't do, there's somebody else that will do it. And there's some people that can do it better than you. Know a few more tricks. A little bit more sly at the lips, can talk a good game. So don't think that, like, don't use sex as the tool to get. I mean, you do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, if you think, like, if that's the only value that you have for yourself or that you see for yourself, you need to do some more reevaluation, because true love, it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than your genitals. It goes deeper than your talents, your money, your gifts on the inside, who you know. It goes deep. True love. So if you think that's what's going to keep a man because you're young, or because you're pretty, or because you got a fat bank account, or because of what you drive, or because of what degree you have, you're in for a surprise. All that invaluable goodness on the inside of you, you are casting to swine. Mm. Just to be, just to let y'all know. But we are going to do what we want to do anyway, right? And honestly, that's what landed me here in front of y'all now. That's what made me write the book, Fed Up, Changed Up Now What? Being hard-headed, not listening, thinking I knew it all. Thinking that if I'm faithful, I work, I don't mess with nobody, I'm not into drama, I'm not into gossip, I'm not into all of that. If I do that and I want to be a wife and have children, like, I'm the ideal candidate. Like, I want a relationship. So if I do that, then what man would cheat on me? Then what man would deal with me, and then turn around to another woman? That's not how it goes. Just because you're faithful, just because you do things right, it doesn't mean that everybody else does. And some people are not ready. And I can respect that. Like, I can respect a person that just tells me, "Hey, I'm really just not ready." Because if it's one thing I learned, you don't never want to force your love upon somebody else. You don't ever want to force, like, um, even to get married. You can hint around, but I'm like, after a while, that person has the hint. Maybe they're still, cooking a little bit. They still getting themselves together. So you gotta, don't force yourself up on nobody. When that person wants you, they want you, and they're ready. Because I was out there looking like a fool. I didn't even know. And the thing is, I did not put this part in the book, but this girl, she wound up doing some crazy stuff, y'all. I'll say that for another day. But the Heartless stripper, he was rumored to have had AIDS. Okay. She knew this because this was a rumor way before I started going to that club. And remember, she was going there way before I was. She was going to the club and dealing with them before I was even 18. Okay. She knew the rumor. She didn't tell me. I mean, she could have been like, "Hey, girl, you might want to be careful because he has such and such and such," or "I I've heard, even, that's not, to me, that's not gossip. Like, if I heard something like that and somebody I'm going to tell you. Now, you make the decision after that whether you want to risk it all or not. But at least I can have a clear conscience. So remember earlier in the video, I said, don't confuse like a real genuine friendship with a club buddy. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean. We'll pick each other up, or if I drive and she driving her car and I'm driving my car, we'll follow each other. I mean, we would drink under the table, like drink a person under the table. I mean, and if you younger folks don't know what that means, just go look it up. Drinking somebody under the table, well, kind of think about it. Under the table has a lot of different meanings. But anyway, yeah, she wasn't no real friend, no way. So the next time I got to tell y'all what she was doing to make a living, like when I actually do a story time about her. I'll tell you about how she had a funeral director, quote unquote, call my house for me to ask me what day did I want my funeral on. Yeah, it was just crazy. But I made it, and I'm here, and I'm glad that, that I'm able to help out in any way. All of this, and not all of it, but most of this, what I said on tonight, majority of this is in the book. So if you guys would like to read along, feel free to go to Amazon or barnesandnoble.com and just do a Google search for Fed Up, Changed Up, Now What? And it is the turquoise book. Okay, it's the turquoise book with like the characters on it. Get that, check it out. Tell me what y'all learned. Tell me in the comment section. If you need prayer or anything like that, you can comment that. You can DM me. I have our website is cu-nw.com. You can check us out there. Leave us any messages. If you need coaching, want a signed copy of the book, whatever it is, whatever it is, just let us know via email or DM or comment down below. And I want to appreciate y'all for hanging in there with us, and coming back time after time to hear the next story and the next story and the next story. So I think I done gave a lot of gems tonight and enough story time. So y'all just be careful out here. Protect your heart, protect your mind, protect your body, and really, 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 if you don't know God, you better get to know him, because that discernment is going to save your life. So you guys have a great time. Until next time, right? And the next chapter is, I don't have my book with me. Oh, B-list celebrity. B-list celebrity, y'all. So we getting closer to my husband. We getting closer to the married part. And when I found, when the right person found me, we getting closer. All right. But B-list celebrity, okay, is next. And don't ask me who he is either. A lot of people always ask me who he is.